Well, good morning once again, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Bill Cloud, and this is On This Day. Today is the 20th day of the month Adar. It's believed in some sects of Judaism that on this date in some future year, the Messiah, along with 30,000 pious men, will appear. That's according to one apocryphal work called Sefer Eliyahu. Now, the prevailing belief in Judaism says that we can't possibly know the day or the year when the Messiah is going to appear. The best we can do is to discern the season in which redemption might occur, but knowing that it's going to happen in a time that has been predetermined by the Creator. Nevertheless, none of this has ever prevented people from wondering and asking when it would occur. And this was true even of the Messiah's disciples. And so we read in Matthew 24, "Now as he sat on the Mount of Olives, his disciples came to him privately, saying, 'Tell us, when will these things be? And what will be the sign of your coming and of the end of the age?'" And so in Matthew 24, he related to them many signs that they could be on the lookout for or should be on the lookout for, only to conclude with this: "But of that day and hour no one knows, not even the angels of heaven, but my Father only. But as the days of Noah were, so also will the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered the ark, and did not know until the flood came and took them all away. So also will the coming of the Son of Man be." So the Messiah made it very clear that only the Father knows the day and the time of redemption. Later on, just before his ascension, he told his disciples that the Father alone has those seasons within his hand and under his authority. Still, the Messiah made it very clear that we could discern the season if we're alert and paying attention. And so, though we don't know the day nor the hour when the Son of Man will come, we do know that he will return, and we hope very soon. Events here in our nation and around the world are lining up with what Messiah told us would be happening just before his return. They paint a very clear picture that we are most definitely living in those days like the days of Noah. And these things suggest that Messiah's coming might be sooner than we can imagine. Perhaps we're even at the threshold, if not at the very beginning stages of the birth pangs of the Messiah. But if we're at that stage, then God's people need to be alert, and we need to be challenged to fulfill our role in this time. Now, there's one other component to the traditional view of the time of redemption, and it comes from something that's hinted at in Jacob's blessing of his sons just before he passed away. In Genesis 49 we see, "And Jacob called his sons and said, 'Gather together that I may tell you what shall befall you in the last days. Assemble yourselves and hear, you sons of Jacob, and listen to Israel your father.'" Now the key phrases in these verses are "gather together" and "assemble," because those are the words that are used to speak of the final redemption in several prophecies. Micah 2 is one, for example. According to Jewish belief, though we can't know the day nor the hour of Messiah's appearing, we can know that it will happen when all of Israel is gathering together. Or let's put it this way, in a day when all of Israel is actually united and getting along. Thus, the belief is that we may, and I underscore that word may, have it within our power to hasten the return of the Messiah. And this is hinted at a prophecy in Isaiah 60, verse 22. "I, the Lord, will hasten it in its time." Now, if that's true, if it's within our power to hasten the day of the Messiah's appearing by coming together as one people, then perhaps the Creator ties our desire to see the return of the Messiah to just how far we're willing to go to see unity among the brethren. A united people is paramount to the Creator's plan. That's why the Messiah came in the first place, so that we could be one with him and with one another. And so as the days grow darker, let's remember that not only do we need him, but like it or not, we need one another. And with that, we come to the end of today's devotion. Thanks for joining me. Till tomorrow, shalom.
Like what you're hearing? Become a Bill Cloud Premium Partner to watch or listen to hundreds of hours of teachings and resources on demand. Go to BillCloud.com/subscribe to start watching today.